they get back on track against New York Islanders. And what better team to get back on track than a team that still boos the guy who left their team 4 or 5 years ago. And
they wouldn't need him. They don't need him.
I couldn't watch the game, unfortunately, while I was at work, but did watch it. And what can you tell a person like me about it, and then speak to the people who also did watch it?
They played solid. Like, they played extremely solid. There wasn't a lot of like big hiccups. It wasn't a 6-5 game where we just outscore the hell out of them and we make a bunch of bad plays. It was just like it was good to watch. It was also good that they played pretty confidently, and I was even behind Matt or in front of Mrazek, which is good. Like, and I don't think anyone would argue that Mrazek's a bad goalie. He just needs to play, and he's not very good at playing. He doesn't like doing that. he likes being on that IR thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but it's good to see that, like, because that was his best game by far, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, objectively might be his only good game, to be honest. Has he had another good game?
No, he hasn't had another good game.
He hasn't let in less than 3, I don't think.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
So it's hard to win a lot of games when you're giving up 3 or more goals. A little less if you are goaltender for the Leafs, but good to have that guy hopefully playing well. Well, he doesn't have to play that well. He just has to play like good or pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have to do much. Right. No, it was good. Marner scored shorthanded. Engvall scored. Riley scored. Riley.
Isn't that the exact type of goal that you need Marner to score?
Yes. Yes.
Like, you need him to get like he did not mean to do that. And it's just like, those are the type that need to go in for him to like get some confidence back, because the guy can do amazing things with the puck, but like he never really seems to get those bounces. So it's nice to see,
Yeah. Well, and he's got a power play goal and a penalty shorthanded goal the last 2 games. Like, if that's not bringing your confidence back, you know what I mean? Like, people like, and they say that Marner doesn't think about like when he had that fucking 650-day drought on the power play. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Oh, he probably doesn't care because he's still contributing. Like, he's still like, he scores and he doesn't seem excited, but when he passes it, he's way more excited. It's like, no, he likes scoring more than he likes getting assists. Shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and the other thing too is just like, he's very present on social media, whereas like I'm sure the guys like Muzzin aren't going to be on Twitter. They're not going to be like checking DMs and stuff like that. But like the Mitch Marners, the Austin Matthews, yeah, exactly. And those guys might be a little bit more present, where Leafs fans are just like, and admittedly, us at some points, especially, who have been pretty hard on the guy. But that's the thing. Like, you've been hard on the guy, but in comparison to some Leafs fans,
oh my god,
nothing. You know. And
no, because I'm not stupid enough to realize that he's a good player. Like, or
he's not a good player.
Like, he's an NBA. Yeah, he's not a good player. Like, right? He's an elite player.
How about that Engvall goal though?
I was thinking about this. I was like, oh, what are we going to talk about? I was like, Engvall, I can't take him out of this goddamn lineup.
I know, because
when nothing's happening, he seems to be the one that can like pick it up.
But when things are happening, he's the one that drags him down.
Exactly, right? But so it's hard, right? Because he just does enough, right? He just does enough, right? He's worth his 1.25. No one's going to argue that, right? Like, he's worth that money. He's a good 4th line player. But like, every single time I'm like, oh fuck, finally Engvall doesn't have to play. And then he does something. I was like, I guess he's all right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And him on the 4th line is like, whatever, And then I think what people like to do in Leafs Nation is compare guys like him. Anyone who's making basically over Spezza money, they compare him to Spezza. And it's like, you can't make that comparison, because like
funny, Spezza, but we would never do that comparing it to Mitch Marner that way.
No,
we would never do it the other way, right?
Yeah,
be like,
exactly.
Oh, well, he's still making $10 million less than Marner. We'd never do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a smart thing to do.
Yeah. And I'm looking at
less therapy that way.
At the shot chart here for the Islanders, and they, just by the looks of this, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but like, they did not have many scoring chances. So it's not like Mrazek had a tough night.
Just look at their fucking lineup, man.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like the Habs. Actually, probably worse offensively than the Habs.
Yeah.
Right? You just look and you go, well, he can score 20 goals in his career once. Right?
Yeah, like, they don't need like Tavares though. They don't need Tavares.
No. Well, because no. They got Anders Lee.
Yeah, who I think had his best season when he was line mates with Tavares. But anyways, whatever.
Why do you think that is?
It's almost like Tavares is good.
Oh.
Yeah, and when did Noah Dobson become a like top defenseman? Like I always thought like he's been good, but he played the most minutes out of anyone on their team. Six shots on goal.
When they traded Devin Taves for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's rough, eh? all the people that want to chirp on Dubas, when has he made that bad of a move as Lamoriello? Even the Marleau deal.
Right there, that's worse than the Kadri trade.
Yeah, and the Marleau cost him a first in the end. Like they didn't need to do that.
Although imagine we had Dawson Mercer and Seth Jarvis right now.
Yeah, it would be looking a lot better on our prospect pool. That's for sure. But I know. Yeah, we got Topi Niemela. We haven't mentioned him in a while, so we got Topi.
Niem alert.
Yeah. Yeah, all of our goals came pretty close in to the net, which like it's good to see that we're getting those type of goals. And recently we've been getting goals from the point, goals from awkward areas, like the McKay scoring from everywhere.
Riley and Brody were both in front of the net for the goal. I was like, wait, what? Like it was Brody in front of the net passing off. I was like, aren't you guys supposed to be somewhere?
Yeah.
And like we all expect Riley to do that because he's like, I'm a forward now.
Yeah.
Is for me. But Brody was up there too. And I was like, all right, brother.
And
Riley's like, come on, let's go.
Considering that's when they were up 2-1.
Yeah. Power move.
Right? Power move. Really, it's like we don't trust your guys' offense that much.
Yeah. And one goal Brody comes in hot.
Yeah. Did you have any like standout performers? Or
Riley played really well. Really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's played well all year, right? I think you know how we talk about like when we talk about top performers and worst performers, we talk about comparatively to how they're supposed to play. Mm-hmm. I think Riley now maybe that's unfair for me to say he's a top performer because comparatively maybe that's just how he plays now.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So
can we say that the Riley Brody is the shutdown pair at this point?
It's the pair. I think, you know, if you have who does Makar play with? Gerard?
No, I don't think they would put Makar and Gerard.
No. Who is it?
It's not Taves. I think Taves plays with Gerard.
Is it Byram? No.
I think what they have is they basically have an offensive defenseman, defensive. Is Johnson still there?
So what I'm trying to say is that their shutdown line or offensive line? No, when you have two like stud D-man like that, it's just both, right? Yeah. They're just a solid pair, right? We just have never had that, so we don't know what that feels like.
Yeah. Well, we always considered last year it was the Muzzin Hall, like in the final minutes of the game, in the final minute, it was Muzzin Hall out there, and now
but I mean we've never had like a pairing that can do both.
No, I mean. Yeah.
They like just a solid pairing
since Caberlet McCabe, maybe.
That's a throwback.
Oh and that wasn't the best defensively, let's be honest.
No, but, God. Well, what's the can opener was going on?
yeah, really. It would be nice to have a guy like McCabe just on the point, just because those goals were so satisfying. And then right after that, we went straight into Phaneuf missing the net by 5 feet every clapper from the point.
Incredible though. I miss
those always going wide of that and then going back into our own zone. And then we drop pass to get back in, do the same thing all over again. But before that, it was the McCabe, Caberlet, Tucker, and we're just like scoring the same way every single time.
All right, what we're gonna do is we got 2 games this week. We're gonna say a minute of our thoughts on each game, and we'll go watch the Rams play.
All right. So
we face the Ducks. We face the Ducks on Wednesday. I like the Ducks. I actually want to watch them play because I like the Ducks, but I'm not going to fucking watch them ever play. So it's nice that we'll be able to watch them. We got to see how Josh Manson will look or Raquel.
Yeah.
And then Saturday is at Detroit, I think. Yeah, Saturday is Detroit. They're on a back-to-back.
Okay.
And I think Picard will probably end up playing because I think the Friday they face Pittsburgh. And they'll probably have net in net that night. So I could see Mrazek almost definitely will get the start against his old team, eh?
Yeah. Well, he already did this year. He didn't play the best, but it'd be nice to get
especially if they're playing their backup. So and those are the games where we used to put our starter in because it's like, well, then we have to win. It's like, no.
Now we have 2 starters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So realistically, you should be able to get 2 wins out of that. But it's the Leafs, so we will be making a podcast after one of these games saying the sky is falling.
Yeah, and so for the Anaheim, for me, and this is why I kind of brought up like the Raquel Manson, and now it's getting a little bit more like, not obviously because of me, but like the Manson rumors are starting to heat up because they're 3-7 in their last 10. They have dropped off. Their goal differential is basically 0. It's +2. And they're starting to really fall down the standings with a few games in hand. So like they're a team that I do expect probably to like be fighting for a wild card, but like probably sell off because they know that they're not ready yet to compete.
Well, it's just like a mini sell, right? When people are like, oh, like they have a chance. No, they fucking don't.
Yeah.
Right. Like
it's like
really
Nashville last year.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, why would you bother? Like, yeah, you keep Manson, you might make it to the second round. And I get for a team that hasn't been good in quite a few years, that's great. But they have a chance to get another decent draft pick, and they like from not playing it like from the actual draft, and then on top of that, whatever draft pick they get from Manson, which I'm guessing is a first or whatever equates to that is probably what he's worth.
Yeah, and what's crazy about their team too is like Getzlaf comes off the books. Like they're gonna have to re-sign Raquel, but like they're going to have a lot of money to spend too. And Anaheim is not a bad place to go, and plus
especially a team that's going to start playing well with a lot of money to spend. Yeah. It sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah. So that's a team that next year and the year after I look to kind of make some noise. But as far as this year, I think they're going to continue to drop off. So I think we take it to them. And then the Detroit game, Detroit always plays us tough. Even when they were the worst team in the league, they always play us tough. So I don't expect an easy game. They're going to be, both games are going to be fun to watch because they're all teams that are kind of like the Leafs. They're young, fast, and a little bit offensively driven. So it'll be exciting at the very least.
And I think it's in Detroit, which means Bertuzzi gets to play.
Oh, perfect. I wonder if anyone's going to make any vaccine jokes at him too. Was that Tanev? Was that Tanev?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And then he just got an ACL or whatever, knock him out of the year.
See ya.
Yeah. Bertuzzi probably called him after.
I know this doesn't mean much, but I think the Ducks could be like an underrated placement for Chychrun to go.
This year? Yeah, because he's controlled. And if they're going to give up Manson.
Perfect timing probably for them.
Yeah.
Not Manson, I just mean in general.
So here's a scary thought. Well, this is what we'll leave on. Chychrun to the Bruins, that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need.
That's exactly what they need, and I would hate to see it. Please don't let that happen. But anyways, we'll leave the podcast on that demoralizing note.
All right, speaking of demoralizing, you can go watch your Rams now.
Oh my God, here we go. All right, I'm cutting this. Fuck you. Peace out, everyone.